Desolation Canyon is 5,000 feet deep, deeper than the Grand Canyon, and it hides the answers most people don't even know to ask. We set out on an 80-mile river expedition through some of the most remote and sacred land in America. 7 rafts, 5 nights, and countless miles of cliffs older than history. Along the way we found ancient granaries, fading petroglyphs, and clues to a world long gone, but not forgotten.
Yep.
Shaka bra. Here we are, knee deep in expert waters. It's worth the sacrifice. An 80-mile river float through Desolation Canyon isn't just a vacation. It's a logistical puzzle. 7 rafts, 5 nights, and no turning back once you're in the current. We had to carry everything: food, water, shelter, and safety gear. There are no stores out here, no cell service. If something goes wrong, you're days away from help. But the biggest challenge, respecting the land. This isn't just wilderness, it's ancient Indian country. Every cliff, every boulder could hold petroglyphs, granaries, or sacred sites. You can't just pass through this place. You have to tread carefully, leave no trace, and understand you're a guest in someone else's story. Pretty cool rock. Those rocks look stacked to me. Right over here.
Those are cool. Those are really old.
Yeah.
That's a flower with an eyeball.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to be. Once we pushed off, the world we knew disappeared behind us. Desolation Canyon swallowed us whole. 5,000 feet of sandstone walls rising on both sides, carved by the river over millions of years. The landscapes here change with every bend. One moment you're floating beneath sheer cliffs, the next you're weaving through narrow slots and wide open valleys. We saw wild horses watching us from the banks, desert bighorn sheep moving like shadows across impossible ledges. And at night, the sky opened up, stars so bright it felt like we could drift right into them. Each day, we left the rafts behind to hike into the side canyons. That's where the real discoveries began. We found petroglyphs and pictographs, weathered but still there. Messages from the past, scratched into stone. And then something strange. A petrified turtle shell, locked in time, just sitting there in the desert. A reminder that this land has been changing for far longer than we can understand.
Honey Veronica. She got an ass the size of South America. Living la vida loca. Where'd you come from? I was raised in Brooklyn, but in my world.
Hi world. I just want to say that sometimes it's okay to pee.
Pull your girl up next to you. I want you to say,
If death comes for me tonight, girl, I want you to know that I loved her. It's gonna give me
Horse that people can run. It's fine.
Now this here is what we call a party barge in show business. Can we pick Danny up too? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Pick him up!
Pick him up!
Oh yeah, that's the most efficient. It was late afternoon when we found the first granary. We'd stopped to stretch our legs like we had dozens of times before, but something about this canyon bend felt different. We started hiking up a faint trail, not far off the river, not too far up the cliff wall, just enough to get a better look at the rocks. From below, the cliffs looked like solid stone, nothing unusual, but when we got closer, we saw it. A perfect little doorway tucked into the sandstone, so well hidden that if you didn't know where to look, you'd never see it. This was a granary, a storage space built by the Fremont people, maybe 800 to 1,000 years ago. Food would have been kept here, corn, seeds, possibly even dried meat. It was their insurance against the hard seasons. Standing there, you couldn't help but wonder, who built this? What was their life like? Did they ever imagine someone would find it centuries later, still sitting quietly in the cliffside? We didn't touch it, we didn't climb into it. We just looked and let the silence do the rest.
And it was kind of more hidden. If they did use it, they would hide it. Hide something else.
Mis logros que he tenido, un carro y buena lana. Amigos pocos tengo, siempre me acompañan para donde sea que yo siempre vaya. No soy presumido, pues traigo buenas marcas. Un 370 cargo, siempre manejando con mis zancuditas bien acompañado. Y si se pasan de la raya, los tenemos que aplacar. No soy de pleitos pa' que sepan, pero no me de dejar. Solo tenemos una vida y hay que saber disfrutar. Con pacas verdes en la cuesta nunca me van a faltar.
When I'm scared, I just call them. Carve out scared.
Así suena. He tenido caídas, solo quedan recuerdos. Amigos que se fueron, me ven desde el cielo y sé que algún día volveré a verlos. No soy presumido, pues traigo buenas marcas. Un 370 cargo, siempre manejando con mis sacuditas bien acompañado. Y si se pasan de la raya, los tenemos que aplacar. No soy de pleitos pa' que sepan, pero no me de dejar. Solo tenemos una vida.
Here we are, knee deep in expert water, some would say.
On our layover day, the one day we didn't have to move camp, it also happened to be my birthday, and there was nowhere else I'd rather be. That morning, Rodman and I rounded up the teenagers for a hike. We did not get an early start. By the time we hit the trail, the sun was already high and the heat was building fast, well into the hundreds by midday. Most of the hike was straight up a mountain. No shade, just the relentless desert sun, the sound of boots scraping against rock, and the sting of sweat in your eyes. Once we were near the top, it didn't take long to find it. Nestled deep in an overhang, almost completely hidden from view, was another granary. This granary is different, more intact, with a distinct style. The pinkish mortar is holding the stones together perfectly. Granaries like this were life support for the Fremont culture, a prehistoric people who lived in this region between 300 and 1300 AD. These structures stored corn, beans, squash, and other vital food supplies. The Fremont didn't leave behind cities or monuments. They left subtle traces, granaries tucked into cliffs, petroglyphs on canyon walls, shards of pottery scattered in the dust, quiet signs of a life lived in balance with the land. Standing there on that cliff, sweat pouring, lungs burning from the climb, it was clear why they built them this way. High, hidden, safe from animals, floods, and time itself. For me, it was the best birthday present I could have asked for, sharing that moment with the next generation, watching them connect with something most people never even get to see.
Well, pretty amazing find up there. Bad part of the day to find it. We're cooking. We got to get back down to the river and go swimming.
We've been hiking for 16 hours straight. We hiked about 25 miles. Yeah, it's getting pretty hot, but we're
Pretty.
After 5 nights and 80 miles, the river finally let us go. We came here for the adventure, for the rapids, the scenery, the chance to disconnect from the modern world. But what we found was something much older. Granaries hidden in cliffs, petroglyphs fading into stone, a petrified turtle shell locked in time. Out here, you realize you're not the first to travel this river, and you won't be the last. The Fremont people lived in these canyons long before us, building with their hands, surviving with their minds, leaving just enough behind for us to wonder. This place isn't just about the landscape. It's about time, layers of it, stories stacked on stories, like the stones in those granaries. And when you float through Desolation Canyon, you don't just pass through the land, you pass through history. You leave your own footprints in the sand, knowing the wind will erase them, just like it's always done. We came here to explore, but in the end, we're just visitors, lucky enough to catch a glimpse of what the canyon still remembers.